In this lesson, we're going to do some basic editing. So we're going to open up iMovie. And here's the last project I was working on here up in my project viewer. But I'm going to go to File, New Project, and I'm going to name the new project, let's see. Let's do basic editing. I have my aspect ratio at 16:9, no theme, and my frame rate is at 30 frames per second, which is what we want. You don't want 24 or 25, you want 30 frames per second. And if this automatically cross dissolve is checked, uncheck it. You do not want that. And then say create. Okay, so here we are, fresh project editor here. And the first thing I want to do is adjust these thumbnails down here to make them bigger. They're kind of small. I really want to see what my clips look like. So I drag over here to make them larger. That way I can see what I'm working with. Now I'm going to select the clips I want in my little film. So, oh, this is fun here. So I click on where I want it to start, and then I let go when I find where I want the clip to end. Then I drag the clip up into the project. And there it is, exactly the duration I've just selected. Okay, so let's do another one. I want to do this one. Oh boy, that's fun. And so I want to do it right when he steps on to the swing. So I'm going to click here, then I'm going to drag all the way through to here. And I'll drag that up, and it'll put them together, just like a little film. It's the next clip, like that.
Yeah, same.
Okay, so let's say I'm going back, I'm looking over this, and I think this clip is way too long. I want to trim this last part off of it, starting right here. Well, again, I can click, drag all the part I want to get rid of, let go, and push the delete key. And it'll remove that end of the clip, making it shorter. Okay, so let me add a few more clips. Here's one. Here's one. Here's one. And here's one. Okay, so now I've got a couple little clips. It's kind of starting to look like a movie. But, oh boy, I put these in the wrong order. So I click this one, and it highlights, just one click, and it highlights the whole clip. Then I can drag it to where I want it. And you see this little green line is showing you where that clip is going to go. So I'll drag it right there and leave it there. And oh, this one's in the wrong spot too. So let's drag it. And you see that green light indicates where it's going to drop. Okay, then if you look down here, you can see these little orange line right here shows me which part of the clip I've already used, which can be really handy when you have a lot of clips that look similar. You can say, oh, I already used that part of it, so let me use this little part here that I haven't used. Alright, now let's do some cropping. Let's say I like this clip, but I wish it was a little bit closer so you could really see the action. I'm going to click on the clip, and then I'm going to click on this little icon right here that looks like a little square, and it says crop, rotate, and Ken Burns. Okay, so I want to crop. I'm going to take this green line that surrounds the clip, and I'm going to drag it down like this, and it's going to show me the area. Then I can drag it around, move it where I want, and drop it. Oh boy, that's really good. So I like that a lot better. I click done, and now you can see that clip is a lot closer up. Alright, Now let's talk about transitions. I want to say first that adding a lot of transitions will make your film look unprofessional. You want to use them very appropriately, and you don't want to use a whole bunch of them. But if you do want to use some transitions, they're right here, and you click transition, and they'll show up right here next to all your clips. So these first ones here are the most reused. Cross dissolve is the most used transition, and it's also sort of the most gentle. You don't really see it. It's very natural, so it's a great transition to use. So let me add one of those right here. See, and again that green line is showing me where it's going to be. And I drop it, and now I can watch. It's going to cross dissolve from those clips. See? Here we go. It's a nice little cross dissolve there. Now if I want to make the cross dissolve longer, I click on this little blue key right here. It has a drop down menu and it says transition adjustments. I click transition adjustments, and I want to make the transition longer, so I'm going to make it 2 seconds instead of 0.5, and I don't want it to apply this to all transitions. So I unclick that, and then I say done. Okay, so that's going to make it longer. So let's watch it. See? Okay, now let's talk about some of these other ones so you can really see it doing a large transition. Here's a circle, closed circle. And this is a very invasive transition. Again, I'm going to make it longer. I'm going to make it 3 seconds so we can really see it. Click done. And here we go. So that's how you add transitions. When you're done with those, you can click the X here so you don't have to look at them anymore. If you want to add a photo, you go over here, same kind of thing. Click on the camera icon. I only have one photo in my iPhoto library, but if you had more, they would be located here. And all you do is simply drag that and drop it where you want it, and it'll show up in there as a 4-second clip. If you want the clip to be longer, again, you click on the blue, you say clip adjustments, and let's say I want this 6 seconds long. Change it to 6, say done, and it's longer. Okay, when you add a photo, it's automatically going to do what's called a Ken Burns. So this is this gradual effect you see where it's just moving ever so slightly. To change that, again, we're going to go to the little blue button there, and this time we're going to choose cropping, Ken Burns, and rotation. So the green is where the Ken Burns starts, and the red box indicates where it will end. So let's say I want to make a really dramatic Ken Burns. I want it to start on these icons and then kind of adjust out. Then I say done, and now you can see this Ken Burns is really dramatic. Okay, let's say I don't want any Ken Burns at all. Again, you go to cropping, Ken Burns, and rotation, and you just say fit. And then done. And your photo will hold steady without any Ken Burns, just like this. Okay, so that's your basic editing. You can move these clips all around. You can adjust the length by going into clip adjustments. You can add transitions by clicking on the transitions box over here. You can add photos by clicking on the photo browser. When you've got all your clips together here like this, you can play back your project in full screen mode by clicking the play button with the dark circle around it, and it will begin your film from the very beginning, and you can see your progress. When you're finished, you can press escape, and you're back into iMovie for editing.